Welcome to this session. I am your host today, Melanie Phillips, also known as Maduri. You can call me either of those things. I'm totally okay with that. I'm stoked that you're here for what might feel like a very comfortable experience for you. Maybe you've had some experience of energy healing, of ancestral healing in the past. And for some of you, this might be absolutely foreign and new. So wherever you find yourself on that spectrum, welcome. And I appreciate you taking the time for showing up here for yourself and for the collective. It's such an important time to be doing our own healing. You know, in the energy world, we talk about when we shift something and heal something inside of ourself, that has a reverberation and impact 7 generations backwards and forwards. So this work can feel all sorts of things. It can feel subtle, it can feel deep, it can feel profound. Some of you might feel nothing in the moment. It doesn't matter. So please just stay in your personal experience and how it is for you without a judgment of preconceived ideas of what it's supposed to be like or what it isn't supposed to be like. You will have your own experience. What I can tell you from my personal experience of energy healing and energy work is that there will be a positive effect in your life from it. Some of you will have instant shifts that will be eternal today. Some of you, it might be more of a slow unraveling. It's all good. Your unique intelligence, your soul knows exactly what to do with this content, with this information, and with this energy recalibration. So welcome. I'm going to just take 2 seconds to share a little bit about myself in case you are brand new to me. And then I really just want to use this time to dive into the practice. I've been in the energy healing world for 25 years now. I've been teaching yoga for over 20 years as a full-time profession. And throughout that period of time, I got into studying and then practicing Ayurvedic medicine as a clinical Ayurvedic specialist due to a decade-long autoimmune condition that I really had kind of gone through all the pathways of the medical system and was left with not much. And this was a while back when I first was diagnosed. They labeled it post-viral fatigue syndrome and said, well, there's nothing we can do for you. And that's what really spurred me on to explore healing for myself. So I've gone from not being able to walk up a flight of stairs to now being able to go out and ski and mountaineering and canyoning and rock climbing and do these things that I would have never imagined doing probably even 10 years ago. So we're constantly shifting and changing. Ayurveda was a major piece of what helped me heal from my autoimmune condition, but there was still like a little something. And that missing puzzle piece was the energy healing, was the looking deeply at the psycho-emotional energetic tone or signature, if you will, that is imprinted not just in the nervous system, but in our energy body. So for those of you yogis that are here today, you know we talk about the koshas, the 5 different bodies, so to speak. So we're all very familiar with the physical body, but we have 4 other bodies, 4 other realms of experience that are very real and that we exist in. So this idea of energy, because we can't see it with our 5 senses, many people dismiss it. Luckily, with things like quantum physics, science is now proving what the yogis have experienced and known for thousands and thousands of years. We've talked about the chakra system and these energy centers in yoga for thousands and thousands of years, maybe even up to 10,000 years or more. And truly, all of the native and indigenous cultures on the planet would have been working with some form of energy healing, some form of an energy system, because they were just that much more attuned to nature, the rhythms of nature, and our interaction of nature. In Ayurvedic medicine, we talk about us being the microcosm of the macrocosm. So we are not separate from nature itself. So that's how I got into Ayurveda and energy healing. And then I had an experience in my life that was the worst trauma that I could have ever imagined. It wasn't anything I could have anticipated, but my partner killed himself quite out of the blue. It was very unknown. There was no mental illness that was known that he had. It was a very jarring and shocking experience, as you can imagine. And it was after that experience that I realized that nobody could help me, that I had to, inside my inner landscape, reroute and rewire the processes, the neural pathways, the way in which the prana flowed that was in the depths of shock, of grief, of despair, of not wanting to be on the planet anymore myself after that incident, to shifting and rewiring the flow of energy so that my foundation of, from sort of extreme grief, is now at a foundation of gratitude, of joy. It really has shifted, and it's not a magic pill. It's work, and it's work. And for those of you who have worked with me in my group programs or one-on-one, know that it's the constant moment to moment awareness of the thought process of who I believe myself to be that is informing how I show up in the world, how I perceive my reality, and it's everything. So I want to say that no matter where you arrive here today, no matter where you find yourself, there is possibility, absolute possibility, and hope to transform, to bring up that foundation of where you might be. And maybe you're feeling great in your life. There's even more room and space. There's so much available to us energetically, meaning emotionally, vibrationally, that we can experience. I've also found that with many people, they're in the kind of the middle path of everything's fine. There's not enough of an impetus to perhaps accelerate change. So loss can be a wonderful tool for awakening if we use it, or it can destroy us. A lot of people live in this maybe low-grade anxiety, low-grade depression, not really loving their relationship, their job, whatever it might be, but not going beyond that. And I don't believe that we have to hit our rock bottom to expand, to accelerate, to grow. And I encourage you, please don't wait for that. In fact, when you're feeling great in life, this is the time to develop the skills, to cultivate the resources, because life will bring us all sorts of experiences. And if we wait until that time of tragedy or loss or accident or divorce, then it's going to be much more difficult to come out of that if we haven't practiced some of these thought processes, some of these mindset processes, and ultimately starting with a nervous system that is regulated and starting with a energy body that is harmonious, that is congruent with your, in Ayurveda, we would call it prakruti, that is congruent with the essence, your soul essence of who you came here to be. So today I'm going to share with you an experience of what's called theta healing. Theta healing was established, channeled by a woman called Vienna Steibel. She's an American woman who's still alive today and practicing and teaching this method. It's a method that is based on connecting with the creator. So please don't let those words, this is not a religious experience. This is an experience with the energy of all that is. If you do not like the word creator, the energy of all that is, source, spirit, put the word that fits in for you. God, nature, love, find a way for it to work for you so that you don't take yourself out of the experience because of the languaging. Okay, it's just one way that I'm communicating, and it might trigger you, and that's okay. And I would just invite you into staying with an open mind and open heart into the experience, because there's so many ways that we can literally take ourselves out of an experience and put up blockages without even knowing it, that might be really subtle, or that might come from uh, our conditioning or our intelligent mind. So this is really about coming into the heart and healing through the heart space, expanding into the energy field. Uh, and before we leave today, I will share with you too, if after this you're like, I want to learn more about this, I want to experience more of this, I'll tell you a little bit about some ways that could be possible for you. So theta healing works with the subconscious. Why we go to the subconscious for the reprogramming is because 95% of our life is motivated from this subconscious state, this subconscious place. So that means only 5%, and some scientists are even saying 2 to 5% of our life are we consciously engaged with in a way that is not hooked into old patterns and programs. Now, you might ask, well, what's the problem with, being run off patterns and programs? And the challenge with that is that anything that is conditioned into our being, that is imprinted, is not who we truly are. It's a conditioned response. It's a program, if you think of a computer program. So that creates separation when we're disconnected from self, from our soul essence, from our prakriti, as we would call it in Ayurveda, this essential nature, who we came here to be. If we are disconnected from the full nature of our being, that creates suffering. The separation, and in yoga, right, this is the whole ultimate essence of what yoga invites us into, is this yoking. Yoga literally means to yoke, the union, to bring together. What are we bringing together? The individual consciousness and the universal consciousness. This merging is yoga. And yoga practices are established as tools to allow us to come back into that central channel of Sushumna, back into a place, I call it our vertical, where we're really aligned to source above, to earth below, so that we're not needing to take energy through the chakras, through the energy centers horizontally from people or from experiences in this world, that we're so connected above and below that we can walk on this earth with integrity, with clarity, and with a vibration of harmony. It doesn't mean we don't experience all sorts of things, but that we know who we are ultimately, not personality wise, and that we can stay established in the truth of the light of our being without getting knocked away from that home center. And again, when we're disconnected from this vertical place, from this knowing that I'm an extension of divine energy, I'm an extension of creator, when we are knocked out from that place, when we are disconnected, this is what opens the doors for separation, i.e. suffering, and creates a lot of pain, a lot of I would propose to say all of the suffering in our life is because of our separation from that energy of creation. It's one of the most basic fundamental concepts in Ayurveda, is that disease, the root of it, the very, very seed of dis-ease, is forgetting our true nature as spirit. And when we forget that, we go into the wounded ego state of my mortgage and my kids and oh my God and this and that. And so we're so self-identified that we've forgotten, no, I don't have to figure it all out. I don't have to do it all on my own. In fact, this whole system is set up for the opposite. When we practice listening, when we practice surrender, when we practice being one with the energy of creation, we can move in that flow state. We can be guided from something more powerful than our conditioned ego mind. And that's the realm of healing. Healing isn't about putting something back into us. It's about simply revealing that essence. We don't have to find our purpose. We don't have to find out who we are. It is there. What we're doing and what theta healing supports is to remove everything, every vibration, every limiting perception and belief that is blocking us from accessing, from knowing in the barest, deepest part of the marrow of our bones that we are absolutely an expression and extension of divinity. Every time we put ourselves better than, or, and this is what I find in most people in the spiritual healing circles, less than, we are in ego. Ego is not just this arrogance that we think about. It's also, who am I to? I'm not good enough. When we go beneath, when we go below the ultimate magnificence of life, of this creation, again, we are seeing through a distorted perception, a distorted lens. And when we're in distortion, we've left our home, we've left our vertical, we've left that connection to source above and to source below, to rooted into earth. So as I take you through this process today, please know that you always have free will. So if you want these new programs, so to speak, these new perceptions and beliefs downloaded into your energy field, then just say yes. You can say it out loud or inside your heart. You'll all be muted, so you can say it out loud if that feels good to you, or inside your heart, just affirm that that's something you would like. You always have choice. None of this is imposed upon you. It is really if that feels right for you. Today's topic is ancestral healing. And I was guided to offer this today because I believe because there's so much that we carry that is not our own, that we're not even aware isn't our own. When I'm working with my one-on-one clients, I've seen time and time again what shows up. Eventually, when we trace it back, we realize, wow, I've been carrying around this thought system, this way of being and thinking that was perhaps my mother's, my father's, perhaps was actually a lineage of a culture, a society. You think of perhaps your grandparents, great grandparents. I know my grandparents went through 2 world wars and lived through such adversity, such fear, of course, and scarcity and lack, and had these very real experiences. So what happens though, that gets passed down energetically. That gets passed down through ways of thinking, of being. It doesn't mean that something had to be said verbally to us for it to get passed down. And unfortunately, things get passed down generation to generation that are no longer needed for our survival. And in fact, that limit us and keep us in survival mode, in that fight, flight, freeze, or fawn mode, instead of stepping into our present day reality, which for all of us, if we're here connected to this technology, we have food on our table, we've got a roof over our head. We actually have the potential to thrive other than what we're thinking and believing about ourself or our reality. So theta healing is powerful and it helps us dissolve the imprints of limiting perceptions and beliefs that we might not even be aware of. So you might find yourself bumping up against an experience in your life, maybe relationships, maybe career, maybe with your health, maybe with your finances, that you can't seem to unstick from, right? It's like, here I am again. Maybe it's a different partner, but how come I'm in the same relationship again? Or, wow, I got out of that job and I seem to have found just a very similar boss and the very similar experiences, vibrational tones, vibrational signatures is how I often kind of see them and relate to them. So today, I'm going to take you through the focus on the ancestral. Some of these things, some of these downloads might resonate with you and some of them might not. So as I said, just choose the ones. And maybe you just want them all. You're like, yes, anything that is in that energy field through all time and space, let us clear that. I just ask you to come with an open heart and an open mind. So what I'm going to do is talk us through a visualization. I'm going to tune in and I'm going to hear certain things that I will bring into our session. I'm also curious from you if there are any beliefs that you're aware of right now that you would like cleared that you know are not yours. Like life is hard. It's hard to make money. These things that perhaps came down through your family lineage, please type them into the chat right now. I'll write them down and I'll include them in our session so that those specific uh, belief systems and downloads, we can clear those for you. So type in any beliefs that you have had enough of and that you're have a sneaking suspicion that you're like, I don't know where this came from. Or maybe you do. Maybe you're like, wow, that's so my mom. That's not my stuff, but it plays out through me. Or wow, that was how my dad thought about life or money or relationships or whatever it may be. And I don't consciously believe it, but somewhere inside it's in my energy field. Okay. So something bad always happens before Christmas time. Okay, that's interesting, right? Something bad always happens at a certain time. Money doesn't grow on trees. Yep. Can anyone else relate to that one? Had that either taught or felt maybe in your family? I don't have the qualifications. Yep. Not smart enough, not educated enough. And so as you reflect on your own lineage and on your own uh, cultural programming, your own familial programming. I'm too old now. Yep. That's another one. I'm too old, or I'm too young. I'm too something, right? To this, I'm too that, or I'm not enough of something. There's not enough time or money. Life is tough. Yeah, life is hard. This thread of there's not enough is very prevalent. Not enough, not enough. So it's scarcity, right? It brings us into scarcity mentality. And also the other side of that is the greed, right? When we go from scarcity into greed, into trying to get power over because we feel powerless. Some people aren't meant to be married. Okay. So yeah, things around relationships. And I'm wondering if that's even deeper into like some people aren't meant to be loved. Addiction, yes. I will always have a limited amount of money. Right. And when we understand that divinity is our source of all, then we see that these are limiting perceptions and beliefs, that they are just things that have been taught to us, but are not truths. Deservability, I'm not deserving. All men are bad. Yep. And then there might be the other two, right? All women are bad, depending on who's telling you these things. I can only succeed by working really hard. Absolutely. I don't belong. I'm not good enough. Yep. Victim mentality collapse. Others have the answers, right? So other people know better than I do. Leads us to not being able to trust ourselves. It's too late for, yes, anything, right? Fill in the blank. And then we stop ourselves because we believe, oh, I can't, it's too late, I'm too old, I missed the boat. Men aren't there for you. Yep. Too late to achieve my dream of publishing my books. Yes, all of these limiting perceptions and beliefs. I will have less money than men have. I need to achieve. Wow, you guys, it's great. So aware. We might need to do a part 2 of this class. Okay. Stress and anxiety from finances came from the influence of my father, and father's stress and mother's worry. Yes, this is how and when we see that, right, we can go, oh, wow, I no longer need to carry it. It came from them, and they may have been justified in that fear or worry or not. Again, this is how things just get passed down, and we are so unaware and carry them. Keeping items forever in case there will be a future need for them. Yes, scarcity. I need to work and study hard to be legitimate. We females aren't strong enough. Fear. I'm not strong enough to handle this on my own. I need help. You have to work hard for what you want. So I hope you can all see that you're not alone, right? You're like, oh, wow, I think that too. Or I was told or taught that too. And this is how our culture, our society goes. Like we have groupthink, we have a collective consciousness, and look what's going on in the world right now. There's a whole lot of prevalent anxiety and fear going around. You have to work extremely hard. I can't express myself. My opinion doesn't matter. I can only make money working for someone else. It's not safe. People are out to take advantage of you. I cannot be an artist. I'm not good at communicating. I'm not enough. You're always a child, never a grown up. You never know enough. So can you hear this thread? Like what I'm seeing is that it's lack. Something's not enough. Time, energy, money, education, knowledge. People aren't drawn to me. Whatever I say is wrong. My voice doesn't matter. Powerless to make a change. I'm stuck in the patterns. If I show my true self, I will be rejected. White-bodied people will never wake up and take action to unwind the ancestral trauma of white supremacy and racism. When I bring up this topic, I will be ignored, ostracized, or burned at the stake like my ancestors were. Yes, absolutely. And these are very real experiences and fears that live, that are literally programmed in us as well, right? You have to suffer in order to go to heaven when you die. Wow, right? You think if that's our whole life is in that vibration of you have to suffer to one day be approved of. Okay, so there are a whole lot more messages. I think the best thing to do right now, I will read them all after. I'm really curious to hear from all of you, and thank you all for being participating so much here. This is really beautiful. And I think what I'll do is just dive right into the healing process, if that's okay with you, and see what wants to come through for this healing. Does that sound good? We'll just dive right in and know that even if you're specific, belief isn't said in the exact way that you've written it down, that we're looking at things vibrationally here and tonally. Okay, so we're not getting caught up in our human idea of somatics and specificity around that. Okay, so let us begin. You can either lie down or sit down, but find somewhere that you're comfortable, that you can close your eyes, and that you can begin to rest, that you can begin to settle into your body and into your nervous system. I'll give you a moment to adjust yourself. And then close your eyes. Be very conscious about the placement of your hands. You can place them in a mudra of your choice or simply comfortably on the thighs or in your lap. Take a few deep cleansing breaths, making a transition from your day so far into this moment and into receiving. That this time is for you to receive. There's nothing you have to do. There's nothing you have to get right. And there's no way that you can do this wrong. So let's consciously release any scarcity around not getting this right, not being able to receive the benefits. And just setting that aside and come into your heart, feel into the heart space of your body. And then begin to sense and feel down from your heart through the torso, sensing and feeling down through your hips, into your thighs and your knees, Travel your consciousness down through your legs to your ankles and your feet, into all 10 toes. And begin to move your awareness down from your feet into the earth. Imagine going all the way to the very center of the earth. And as you come to the middle, to the core of our earth, there's molten lava, this hot, active, transformative power. The energy here is vibrant. The power here is connected to the frequency of transformation, to burning away what no longer serves, to transmuting and transforming what is no longer useful on your soul's journey. So allow this energy to move up from the center of the earth, through the many layers, eventually up into your feet, bringing healing, bringing awakening to your cells, to your tissues, bringing a recalibration of your body to be aligned with the essence of who you are. Welcome this healing, transformative energy up through the lower legs and the knees, up through the thighs and into the hips. This energy funnels and comes up through the spine, awakening the root energy center, awakening and balancing all of the energy centers from the root to the sacral center. Keep following and tracking this energy up through the solar plexus, through the heart plexus, up through the throat, up through the midbrain, to the crown of the head. And from here, a ball of light is formed above the crown of your head. This can be any color that you see. Jump your awareness into this ball of light. And this ball of light is safe. You feel relaxed, comfortable, and warm in this ball of light. You begin to travel up into the cosmos, this ball of light floating above your home, floating up into the sky, moving higher up. And even though you're expanding your consciousness and floating up into the cosmos, you're still tethered to your body and to the core of the earth. So you can feel safe moving upwards in an expansive way as you go past the other planets in our solar system, past the stars. Keep traveling higher and higher. Eventually, you move through a layer of golden light energy. And then there's more darkness. And then again, another layer of golden light energy, cleansing, enlightening, bringing you vibrancy and ease. Keep traveling upwards through more darkness until eventually you come to a layer of energy that is of a rainbow-like colored, multicolored, and of a jelly-like substance. Keep traveling through that layer, and beyond that, you move into a pink, misty layer of light. And as you come out the other side of the pink, misty layer, you see in the distance a doorway. Float over to the doorway, through the doorway into tingly white light, into the energy of all that is. Allow this energy to soothe, to relax, to bring a sense of deep peace and restoration to all aspects of your existence. And I request a healing take place for you. A healing take place for your physical body, directed into the area that needs and requires more loving attention, more consciousness, more truth. I request from Creator that light be brought into this part of your body to reconnect you to the essence of divinity, to the essence of your life experience, to reconnect you from where you came. So take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And we'll go through and lift and clear and transform some of these limiting perceptions and beliefs. Can we lift and clear any identity rooted in lack, scarcity, in not enoughness, any beliefs and vibrational tones of not feeling enough, of being too old or too young, too rich or too poor, too physically abled or too physically disabled, too tall or too thin, too fat or too thin? Can we take any judgment inside your energy field and lift and clear that and send that back to the light of Creator? Can we take any comparison of yourself with others that is creating suffering for you and lift and clear this mentality of comparison, of separation, and send that back to the light of Creator? Can we bring in the programs and teach you how it feels to live in your vertical, to live as a sovereign self, to live knowing that you are an extension and an expression of divinity? And can we give you Creator's highest understanding, perspective, and truth about who you are, who you came here to be, and how your uniqueness is beautiful, powerful, and perfect? Perfect for this incarnation, perfect for your life experience, perfect for you to awaken back into your magnificence. Can we teach you how to wake up out of the slumber of the collective consciousness of fear, of anxiety, of overwhelm, of separation, of competition and greed? Can we teach you how to be impervious to others' opinions about you? Can we teach you how to love yourself, know yourself, and express yourself from a place of confidence, clarity, self-respect, and deep self-worth? Can we teach you how it feels to live with self-worth, and that you know how to live from a place of self-respect and self-worth, and that your behaviors, thoughts, and actions are lined up with the vibration of self-respect and self-worth? Would you like that? Can we lift and clear any lack and scarcity from your ancestral line that is no longer serving your soul's journey here? Can we lift and clear any lack and scarcity that were rooted in pain, trauma, or drama on any level, through any natural disaster, through any human-created disaster? Can we lift and clear you and separate your soul's vibration from the past traumas of your ancestors? Would you like that? Can we bring in the vibration of presence and teach you and show you that your life is independent from your ancestors? Can we teach you how it feels to maintain the lessons, to maintain the honoring of your ancestors without carrying forth the suffering of your ancestors? Would you like that? Can we lift and clear any anger that you carry for your ancestors? Any anger surrounding the injustices done to your people, to your tribe, to your community? Can we lift and clear and send that back to the light of Creator? And can we teach you that this does not mean that you're saying that what happened was okay? It means that you are freeing yourself from the energetic bondage of suppression, of trauma, of pain. Would you like that? Can we lift and clear the vibration, belief, and perception that you are not enough, that you don't have enough, that you are limited in time, in energy, in resources? Can we teach you that Creator is the source of all and that you are an extension of this Creator? Can we teach you how it feels to live in abundance, to feel abundant in your cells, no matter what the number in your bank account says? Can we teach you what true abundance is? And can we teach you that you are worthy and deserving of living from an abundance vibration? Would you like that? Can we lift and clear the vibration of lack around finances and money? Can we clear what was taught to you around scarcity? That you had to work hard, that you had to give up your values in order to make money, that you had to give up what you love in order to make money, that it's hard to make money, that life is hard, that I'll never make enough, that I can only make this much, that I can't make any more than my parents, that I can't be more successful than my parents. Can we lift and clear any guilt, shame, and blame around receiving, around financial success, around the ease of money flowing to you? Can we teach you how to receive through finances, through the energy of life, to receive from others who are willing and wanting to support you? Can we teach you how to stay open to all of the ways in which life is trying to give to you? Would you like that? Can we lift and clear the belief that I don't belong here, that I don't belong to anyone, that I don't fit in, that life is hard, that this is a terrible experience, that I don't like my life, that I don't like being alive, that I'll never fit in, that I'll never feel comfortable in my body, that I'll never feel comfortable in this life? Can we lift and clear the vibrational tone of separation and send it back to the light of Creator? And can we teach you how it feels to belong inside your body? Can we teach you how it feels to belong to the Creator of all that is? Can we teach you in your cells, in your mental, emotional, and energetic bodies, how it feels to live in gratitude for this life? Can we teach you how it feels to live in gratitude for divinity moving through your body in this very moment? Can we teach you and remind you that you are whole and complete here and now, that there never has been anything wrong with you, that there never will be anything wrong with you? Can we teach you how to live your life from wholeness? Can we remind you how to honor your mother, your father, your caregivers, your ancestry, and your lineage? Can we teach you how to honor without taking on the heaviness, the depression, the contraction, the fear, the anxiety? Can we show you how to do this with grace and ease? And can we show you that by living in clarity and by living in truth, in alignment with who you came here to be, is your greatest contribution? Can we teach you how to be you? Can we remind you that it feels good to be you? Can we remind you that it's safe to be you? Can we teach you how to live your day-to-day life being most you, the most you version of you possible, the most optimal version of you in this life experience? Would you like that? Can we lift and clear the vibration of insecurity and lack of safety, and clear any pain, drama, and trauma that you've had in this lifetime, feeling unsafe, being abused on any level, being violated on any level? Can we lift and clear this vibration from your energy field and through all time and space to release you from this program? Send it back to Creator's light. Thank you. And can we bring in the vibration and the program and the knowing that I am safe in my body, that I am safe in this world, that everything that is happening in my life is happening for my expedited evolution, That everything that is happening in my world, I get to choose how I perceive it. I know how to think for myself. I know how to feel for myself. I no longer need to think and feel like the collective when it is based in fear, anxiety, overwhelm, and scarcity. I know how to be generous. I know how to live my life with a generous heart. I know how to give freely from a generous heart when I feel inspired and guided to do so. I know how to listen to my higher self. I know how to listen to the stillness inside my being. I know how to honor the still place inside of me. It is safe for me to be still. It is safe for me to relax. It is safe for me to heal. I know I am worthy and deserving of healing. Can we teach you how it feels to feel whole? Can we teach you how it feels to live with compassion in your heart? Can we teach you how it feels to be relaxed in your nervous system? Can we remind you that you are the gift, that your unique nature and expression is the gift? Can we teach you how it feels to be safe in your expression? Can we teach you how it feels to be aligned with the truest essence, with your true nature, and to express, to create from this place, to speak, to think, to behave from this place of connection to the energy of creation, the energy which brought you here. So take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. Take another deep breath in and take a deep breath out. Place your right hand onto your heart and your left hand on top of your right hand. Feel the beating of your heart. Feel the magnificence of your body here and now. This breath, this life that you are living. Can we lift and clear all the veils that remain that keep you separate from knowing that you are divinity, that you are life, that you are nature, that you are loved and you belong, that you are held in the arms of divinity, that you are cared for so deeply, that you matter, that your life matters, your presence here on the planet matters. How you speak to yourself about yourself matters. Can we teach you how to be kind and compassionate to yourself? How to care for yourself so deeply? Can we teach you how to co-create the life of your dreams, no matter what your past has been? Can we teach you how to create an inner environment of peace, an inner environment of faith that trusts in all that life brings, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable, even when you don't like it? Can we remind you to the depths of your being and through all time and space that you are held, you are loved, you belong. There is no thing wrong with you. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Remember that ball of light that you traveled up into the cosmos in. And slowly, slowly start to come down, back through the cosmos, past the other planets in our solar system, back down into our atmosphere, back down through the clouds, until you eventually see that ball of light hovering above your head. And imagine rinsing off in a waterfall of golden light, refreshing, cleansing, this rebirthing process to bring your consciousness to a place of clarity, to a place of connection, allowing this version of yourself, allowing this awareness, this consciousness to come back in through the crown of your head, to melt down through the midbrain, through the throat, into the heart, until you land all of your attention at your heart space. This is the place that we heal from. We heal through our presence and our willingness to be present with ourselves, to forgive ourselves, and to wake up to the magnificence that we are, without all of the conditioned judgments, comparisons, responses that keep us separate. So simply notice how you're feeling in this moment. And take all the time that you need. When you feel ready, you can slowly start to move your body, open your eyes. Come back into this day. Thank you for your presence. I can just feel, even though we're connected over the interwebs, I can feel the collective shift here. So thank you for your willingness to be in this space together. I believe that this is how we heal the planet, is through first looking inwards to where we are feeling afraid, angry, desperate, separate to ourself and to the creator of all that is. Feel free to type in the chat how that experience was for you. Be sure to drink water just to help your physical body, because we're really working in the realm of the energy body, but we want to integrate into this physical. So water will help with that. If you feel a little kind of woo up here, you can go out into the grass or into nature and literally like touch a tree or stomp your feet on the grass, on the earth. All of this is helpful to just to reground. If you're wanting more of this, I have a 8, or maybe it's 9 now, 9 audio collection of theta healing. If you're like, I love this feeling of theta healing, I want to work on different areas of this reprogramming of the subconscious, then that can be found on my website. It's $88 for that audio collection, and you can go back and marinate in those energies. I often will recommend to my clients or participants in my group programs to, daily engage with them. They're pretty short. They're like 15 minutes. You don't have to be actively focusing, just rest. You can even put them on as you're falling to sleep or waking up. You don't have to be super focused. And in fact, it's better if you're not, right? That our mind isn't trying to hold on or grasp on, because the subconscious mind is much more subtle and deep. And we're really wanting to go into that theta brainwave state where we can reprogram. And that's the whole philosophy in essence with these meditations. They take us into a different brainwave state where the reprogramming can happen. We can't, when we're in the alpha or beta states of mind, doing our to-do list, getting through the day, kids to school, paying our bills, we're not in a state to heal and to reprogram those beliefs. We're actually operating from the conditioned response. So that's really important. For those of you who want to go deeper and are curious about working with me, coming up in February 23rd is the start date. I have a group 3-month mentorship program where we dive into looking at the basis of your health through Ayurvedic medicine and healing and rebalancing that way. And in every class, we're doing a theta healing meditation process. So these beliefs, you're literally marinating for 3 months in this energy of creation. And going through the second and third months in that mentorship program, we really look at the subtleties of what is specifically holding you back in your life and clearing and shifting and transforming that. So if that feels like something that goes, oh my gosh, I would like a different experience of myself, no matter what age, stage, wherever you find yourself in your life, this is possible for you. So if that's you, then feel free to reach out to me. You can go to my website and look at more details about that Inner Empowerment Mentorship Program. And fill out an application, and then we can have a conversation and I can find out more about you and if that would be a good fit for you. The last thing I'll mention before we close today, if you're inclined to learn more about Ayurvedic medicine, I have a 100-hour program that starts in April. It's for those of you who are either yoga teachers or you've had a yoga practice. You may not be a yoga teacher, but you're interested in how to integrate Ayurveda for your own healing and health and wellness into your own life. So that's a 100-hour program that starts in April. Again, that information is on my site, which is madurimethod.com. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself. And I know we're up at the top of the hour. If you need to jump off and go, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time and presence. And if you have any questions, I'm going to stick around for a few minutes and answer any questions or comments that you have. And thank you all for writing in the chat here. I'm seeing lots of thank yous and much love, feeling peaceful, wonderful, Martha, feeling touched and a lot in me. And I was watching distraction and coming back, then drift back and forth. My nervous system feels held and contained feeling. Thank you very much. Beautiful, Herta. And that's okay. That feeling of we kind of go out and back, that's part of the process. And what I love about the theta healing is that we don't have to be hyper vigilant with it. Just, you know, thoughts come, we're distracted, doesn't matter. We just keep listening. Val, will this be available for replay or to share with others? You know what, I've had so many people reach out that either couldn't be here live that were like, are you going to send the replay? So I probably will send it to this newsletter list. So if you have a friend that wants the replay, just tell them to go to madurimethod.com. If they sign up for my newsletter list, then they are going to get this replay too. I think I'm going to send that out and make it available if you think that will be supportive. I'd love to do that. So any questions or comments? Carol, feel free to unmute yourself. Carol, I see you there. Oh, here, maybe I have to.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. No, just thanks. I have to go, but thank you so much.
You're welcome. So good to see you.
You're wonderful. So good to see you. Okay,
Take
bye.
care. Bye. All right. Well, if there's no questions, comments, I'm seeing many thank yous and you're welcome. It's such a privilege. And I just love that there's so many people in the world that are working towards being more themselves. And I think truly that's the gift, is just to show up fully and wholly as yourself and to continue to move from your heart and to clear away whatever is the obstacle from feeling connected to your creator. So thank you so much today. Much love to you all. And I hope this has served you in some way, shape, or form. Thank you very much. Ciao.